Hey guys, I'm Santiago and I'm with Lionsgate Realty. At a very young age, I made a decision. Not only did I have a son at a young age that impacted me and made me want to be a role model to him, but you know, at the end of the day, we're young, we make bad decisions, and based on the things that I was going through personally, I decided to take off. You know, I remember talking to my mom that day and I said, hey, you know what, I need to take some time off. She said, what do you mean? I said, I don't know, I just want to sell my car. So I did, I got rid of my car and I booked a flight and I talked to my buddy and I told him why. I told him I just needed some time off. I needed some time away. So I ended up leaving. I called my buddy, Juan, and I was like, hey man, I'm gonna go visit you, you know, Edmonton, Alberta. I ended up leaving and I never came back. I was there for a couple of years. I didn't know anything. I had a one-way flight ticket. I didn't know what I was doing. That first week we went out to some Latin, places. We danced, we had fun, and we had a good time, but eventually time passes by and you're really just sitting there thinking, what's the next move? I didn't have a ticket back. I didn't have anything. I didn't have a plan, but I knew I didn't want to come back to Houston. A little personal reason, but hey, and I ended up walking a lot of times, maybe an hour and a half walking to the basement that I was living at. And as I'm there, I realized, man, life is pretty hard. My family would call and they'd be like, hey, how's it going? Months in, I'd have to lie, I'd have to tell them that I was fine, that everything was okay, when deep down I wasn't eating. Lying to my mother and telling her that I was okay. Hey, mijo, how are you doing? Have you ate? Yes, I ate. I'm good. Hell no, man. I hadn't ate. I had to struggle and face that difficulty. I didn't know how to cook. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a working phone. I didn't have anything to my name. So I remember one time I was walking by and actually I didn't even know him. Became a really great friend of mine. He just offered me and said, hey man, do you need a ride? And I was, as a man, you become someone who's so arrogant, somebody that's just like, I don't want the help. I don't need the help. I can figure it out. When deep down, you're probably dying. You're probably just struggling. And that's what I was. I was struggling. I was walking. I told him, hey, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I'm fine. I'm walking. I don't even know where I'm going. So he said, hey man, get in. Stop being prideful. Get in. So I did. And he said, hey man, I remember when I came and I was somewhat your age. He said, hey man, don't even worry about it, man. I'll put you on my crew. And I said, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know if I'm going to survive. He said, first of all, get rid of those boots. I had some steel toe boots on. And I didn't realize you needed some special boots and some special leggings and pants to be able to, work out there. So it's pretty bad. And we went to Mark's work warehouse. This guy doesn't even know me, and he gave me like $1,000 and he said, hey, here's this money. I'll buy you some new boots, some clothes, and you're going to be on my crew. Started working with the guy, man. This guy was a hustler, man. He showed me the ins and outs. He said, hey man, we got 5 different things that we got to do. It snows out there, so it accumulates. And I'm just removing snow and I'm throwing salt. And so him willingly wanting to help out was big to me. He gave me a ride, he gave me some money, I gave him his money back, but he was willing to see potential in me. And that's where I'm at as an individual. Now that I'm in the business that I am, it's not just, hey, this is what you need to do to buy a house or anything like that in our line of business. It's more than that. I kid you not, man. A great example is, I had a listing in Clear Lake and I was riding my bike and we were talking about bikes and it essentially turned into a deal and it was a great one. And when I tell you, I went out there and helped these people out to change pictures in their picture frames, to help them pack. I think that's what makes me as an individual. The little seed that man planted, I will never forget. It's just a simple ride. That seed he planted just kind of runs through my veins daily. And I tell everybody, I tell myself, hey, I'm willing to help out as much as I can, regardless of the situation. That experience, after a couple years of, working out there, I had to come back. I had my family over here, I had my son. I was working really hard. I told myself all the time, man, if I was able to be out there in cold temperatures and remove snow, what can I not do, I simply believe that everybody has to be humble, be themselves, and just kind of work hard. I do have a very meaningful tattoo to me, and I don't know if you guys can see it. And it does say, live simply so that others can simply live. If anybody needs an open ear, assistance, help, guidance, trust me, we've all been through it. We don't open up as much as we should, but you guys can count on me.